They got some people living within this 2026 world that really, really seriously best better behave themselves only decently now at wheresoever henceforth, meaning as of Saturday, August 8th, 2026 and onward. 1 Corinthians chapter 14, verse 40. If is now considered to be a domestic terrorist threat just because of someone like me sharing here about things that could help for people's salvation, deliverance to become and stay not partially but only fully, entirely secured, more and more better wheresoever within this blasted conniving 2026 kind of world today, then no one better anywhere within this world should do more than what I'm doing right now, wheresoever, if what I'm doing is considered to be a domestic terrorist threat amongst anyone. Understand me here today? What have they been doing in Michigan lately? Huh? I mean, why has some within the U.S. state of Michigan been telling lies to or keeping secrets from parents, guardians while their child teen is at school? They would make up a name to call the child by in reference to a gender that the parents' guardians did not say that they could do at that wheresoever school within Michigan. Why would they do such thing today? Huh? And they always used to would advertise about people that were abused a certain kind of way when they were a little child. So now, today, as of from Saturday, August 8th, 2026, to now and onward, I don't understand why anybody would even dare call a child teen a transgendered name or pronoun while the child is at school, but constantly make appear unto the parents' guardians by referring to their child teen by the name that their parents' guardians had named them from birth, while in the presence of the parents' guardians wheresoever within this blasted conniving 2026 kind of world today. Well, a lot certainly has been going on within the U.S. state of Michigan lately alone that I do not like. Philippians chapter 4 verse 8, First Peter chapter 5 verse 7, and Colossians chapter 4 verse 2. So I guess that they are not tired of the heat waves within the U.S. yet, are they? Quote from source, which was posted on Sunday, August 9th, 2026. Israel has rejected U.S. President Donald Trump's Board of Peace 15-point plan for Gaza and will not withdraw until Hamas fully disarms, Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu said on Sunday. Trump announced last month, July, that there had been a breakthrough in his plan to end the war, which both Israel and Hamas agreed to last year, 2025, and which started with the ceasefire. Israel has continued to carry out strikes on Gaza since agreeing to the ceasefire last October 2025. Trump said that Hamas, which ruled Gaza for nearly 2 decades, nearly 20 years, before carrying out the October 7th, 2023 attack on Israel that triggered the Gaza war, had agreed to lay down its weapons. The Israeli Prime Minister says that Israel will not withdraw from Gaza until Hamas fully disarms. Hamas says it will only disarm after complete Israeli withdrawal and establishment of a Palestinian state. Netanyahu says there will be no establishment of a Palestinian state while he is prime minister. The White House has not commented on these concerns. And now I must ponder Philippians chapter 4 verse 8. What would happen if a Palestinian state were to become established for Hamas to willingly disarm today? It seems to be two things that I got a problem with today, even if no one else does. Number one, if a Palestinian state were to become established, then this would benefit global funds to be much for the rebuilding of Gaza and the West Bank. But when it comes to Israel's damages becoming fully repaired, then there are details that seems to would interfere or mess up for the rebuilding of Israel's damages done today. And Hamas is already well known amongst a plenty to be one that would refuse using the funds for any donations of humanitarian assistance for just the Gazans within Gaza in and of itself. Am I right or what? Number two, there seems to be details that might cause for Iran to reject the peace agreement after the Palestinian state has been established, and Iran has already proven well enough to everyone something today through just their proxy groups like Hamas and Houthis alone about just how much of a something that Iran could become to be. And I mean, if Iran were to reject the peace agreement after the Palestinian state has been established, then both the West Bank and Gaza would have more control for Iran, Lebanon, and any others from around the Middle East to do something dirty unto their own neighbor or neighbors. Exodus chapter 20, verse 13 through 17. And with the way that things are going right now, does anyone really want to make calls that risk to might happen for more oil prices and heat temperatures to go up or not? The climate crisis or the climate change? If anyone were to keep on fighting now, regardless of which side that you are on or for wheresoever within this blasted conniving 2026 kind of world today, then you all might as well stop complaining about the oil and food prices now all over this entire blasted conniving kind of 2026 world today, okay? And I'm just going to say it that way. Number three. Now, if both Gaza and the West Bank were to become with much control over things, then can everyone really fully, entirely trust that the donations for Israel would become used only in accordance to what is fairer, justly, and decently impartial, henceforth or not, and meaning as of Monday, August 10th, 2026 and onward. James chapter 2 and 1 Corinthians chapter 14 verse 40. Israel ain't the only one today, because see, I don't trust Hamas either. As a matter of fact, I don't trust a lot of you all anymore, because your own patterns has now been proving yourselves unto me henceforth. So do you all dare now to give me some more of your patterns or what? I'm warning you all. Don't do it. Just don't do it, because you've already done played with my heart enough now. And if any of you all cannot handle listening to just little me, then none of you are ready for my boss to show up. And if you're not ready for my boss to show up, then stop talking about the rapture symbol so much nowadays, henceforth, okay? Yes, the rapture is a symbol that many has been advertising online about lately. But there are details of that symbol that everyone is not talking about today. And I, for one, wants to know why is this kind of talk about the rapture going on so much lately online while lacking all of the details about the rapture symbol all at the very same time, meaning as of Monday, August 10th, 2026? I mean, there are some today that still needs to keep studying, not just reading henceforth, and leave that NIV version alone henceforth, which is one version that I've been noticing something slowly but more and more about NIV version lately. And that's all that I'm going to say about today's 2026 online and offline blasted conniving world wheresoever today. And I ain't worried about who hate me for saying this all here today either. Not am I worried about if anybody there wants to call me being a domestic terrorist threat for saying this all today. However, if I'm now a domestic terrorist threat, then what is Hamas and some others out there today, eh? Leave me alone, all you peoples. Just leave me alone. As how the late Michael Jackson would say in his song today, 2 Timothy chapter 2, verse 15, and Matthew chapter 24, okay? I don't care what you talking about, baby. I don't care what you say. Don't you come walking, begging back, peoples. I don't care anyway. 'Cause there's a time when you're right, and you know you must fight. Who's laughing, baby? Don't you know? Oh. And there's the choice that we make, and this choice you will take. Who's laughing, baby? So just leave me alone. Leave me alone. Leave me alone. Leave me alone. Stop it. Just stop dogging me around. Don't come begging me. Don't come begging. Don't come loving me. Don't come begging. Number 4. Now, if it was the other way around, and this was Israel, the one getting all of the benefits globally to repair and rebuild only Israel, then what would Hamas and Palestinian Authority PA have to say about that? I'm suddenly thinking once again right now about something else today. Philippians chapter 4 verse 8a. Number 5. Quote from source. Israel's military on Sunday, August 9th, 2026, closed the West Bank village of Taibe to non-residents, saying it aimed to prevent growing attacks on Palestinians by Israeli settlers across the West Bank. The order, the military said, only applies to Israelis and not to Palestinians. A spokesperson said turning Taibe into a closed military zone was due to some violent attacks by Israelis in the region. Upon receiving any report of violations of the order, IDF soldiers are dispatched to the area and operate to disperse the gatherings and detain suspects in order to protect the citizens of the area and to maintain order, the military said in a statement. It sounds just like what is going on here in the U.S. about ICE, law enforcement officers. That is also something very, very similar going on today within the West Bank. It's a people problem, not Israel's law enforcement officers, but it's Palestinian Christians and Israeli settlers within the West Bank that got beefs with each other today. And so IDF, Israel Defense Forces, shows up to break up these, so to say, beefs. But why is Israel appearing to be the only one that is currently breaking up the beefs when Palestinian Authority, PA, is supposed to also do the same thing as well? And now, more further, quote from source. Taipei is one of the only Christian villages remaining in the West Bank and was visited last year by the Greek Orthodox Patriarch and the Roman Catholic Cardinal of Jerusalem. It is also home to the Taipei Brewing Company, widely considered the Middle East's oldest microbrewery, a very small independent business that makes beer. Some Western countries have announced sanctions, authoritative orders, decrees on settler groups over violent Israeli attacks on Palestinians. Note: the Greek Orthodox Patriarch is the highest ranking bishop and spiritual leader of an autocephalous, self-governing one that does not report to any higher outside bishop for a regional church within the Greek or Eastern Orthodox tradition. Now, could the reason for the Palestinian Authority, PA, not getting involved to break up the beefs amongst the people in the West Bank be because they see that if Palestinians Authority were to hurt any of Israel's defense forces, IDF, then would it cause more conflict between Israel and the Palestinians Authority if do so? Or furthermore, could it be because Palestinians Authority doesn't want for anyone to refuse disobeying the Palestinians Authority so much to where they end up not involving their own selves to break up the beefs, so they're letting Israel deal with it? But Israel, sure enough, don't like these beefs going on amongst everyone in the West Bank. So Israel has constantly been like, "Oh, so y'all ain't gonna do nothing about it then? Or y'all just gonna leave it up to us to deal with it? Well, bump y'all. Or alright then. We gonna take care of this for our own self now." And now, more further quote from source. A UN inquiry request or examination released on Tuesday, meaning prior to Monday, August 10th, 2026, found that Israeli authorities were directly involved in settler attacks that had killed, injured, and caused to must move from one place to another the Palestinians in the West Bank. The Israeli mission in Geneva, Switzerland, rejected the report's findings, saying Israeli authorities, including the president and prime minister, had repeatedly strongly disapproved of doing any violence against Palestinians. Parts of Taipei are located in Area B, located in the central West Bank northeast of Ramallah, where the Palestinian Authority won civil administration, but where security control must be coordinated with Israeli authorities. Oh, so they are supposed to work and communicate decently with each other before doing things today?
First Corinthians chapter 14, verse 40. Okie dokie then. I mean, both sides are supposed to do so today. Okay then.
And now, more further quote from source. The West Bank and Jerusalem are home to around 50,000 Palestinian Christians, members of a religious community there stretching back to ancient times and possible ever since even before the Middle Ages. There has been Palestinian Christians living in the West Bank and Jerusalem, in a region that is home to many of the faith's most important holy sites.
And now, today, as of Wednesday, August 12th, 2026, we now seem to have just a bunch of people who can't communicate and get along, even though that they all seem to used to would do so. Been living alongside of each other for that long, but can't seem to get along anymore today. Is that right? Um, I don't understand. What is wrong with you all today? This is a problem. This is a people problem. That's what this all still seems to be about, even to this very day as of Wednesday, August 12th, 2026.
First Corinthians chapter 15 verse 33 and First Corinthians chapter 14 verse 40. And now has the Palestinian Christians been looking to Muslims for help, but by them doing this has now been causing more and more problems than before, meaning due to the way that Muslims operate, especially Iran and Iran's proxy groups like Hamas and Houthis today, eh?
Yeah, that Hamas and Houthi don't seem to know how to sit down and talk. They are very strong opposition ones, and yeah, Hamas, Houthi, and me, yeah, I ain't going to get along with them because I love to talk things out decently only. But I keep on seeing them opposing in a different kind of way. Opposition movements, is it? And that Quran knows things about that opposition stuff, like the Old Testament covenant Torah days. Am I right? Yeah, I got an opposition for you all today, and now I'm just going to be quiet.
First Corinthians chapter 15 verse 33 and First Corinthians chapter 14 verse 40. Israel doesn't have a problem with Palestinians, especially Palestinian Christians, but Israel most certainly still has an issue of trust when it comes to Hamas, Houthis, and Iran as of Wednesday, August 12th, 2026. Number 6. Quote from source. Israeli forces on Tuesday, August 11, 2026, demolished, destroyed the home of a Palestinian who died in July 2026 in the most lethal hostile encounter or sharp conflict in months in the occupied West Bank, residents and the army told AFP. The clash broke out on July 24th, 2026, when a group of Israeli settlers approached the town of Tel, leaving dead one settler, one soldier, and four Palestinians, including Farouk Ramadan, whose home was destroyed. At around 8:15 a.m., 5:15 Greenwich Mean Time, the Israeli army blew up the apartment where the one who had chose to die for whatever reason, Farouk Ramadan, lived with his wife and five daughters. Tel Mayor Walid Zaidan told AFP. Zaidan said that about 30 Israeli military vehicles and engineering teams entered the village Monday, August 10th, 2026 evening, evacuating residents of 30 houses surrounding Ramadan's home before the destruction. AFP journalists saw Army engineers set up explosives and caused them to explode at the second floor apartment where Ramadan had lived after troops collected some things from Monday evening, August 10th, 2026. The Army, in a statement, said troops destroyed the house where the terrorists who carried out the shooting had lived. We will continue to take action and ready to show aggressive behavior kind of action to stop from happening again any kinds of terrorism throughout Judea, meaning the central and southern mountain highlands, the mountaintops of the West Bank, and part of southern Israel, and throughout Samaria, meaning the central and northern highlands, mountaintops of the West Bank, situated north of Jerusalem and south of the Galilee, and to bring to justice terrorists attempted who attempted to harm the citizens of the state of Israel, it said, using a biblical name for the West Bank. If Israel's Defense Forces IDF were to see anybody appearing to be as a terrorist threat anywhere amongst or around even just the mountaintops, then this will bug Israel. So don't anybody be a bugaboo by appearing unto Israel's Defense Forces IDF as being another terrorist threat henceforth, okay? You make me want to throw my pager out the window, tell MCI to cut the phone poles, break my lease so I can move, cause you a bugaboo, a bugaboo. I want to put your number on the call block, have AOL make my email stop, cause you a bugaboo. You bugging what? You bugging who? You bugging me, and don't you see it ain't cool? So don't anybody be a bugaboo wheresoever unto my Israel, Jezreel land henceforth. And perhaps if there's anyone that has been playing any war video games, online or offline, then taking a break from playing those types of violent video games might also could help people to not appear as being a terrorist threat unto Israel's Defense Forces IDF, okay? And maybe even take a break from watching any violent movies and from listening to certain violent songs as well might also could help for you all to not appear as being a terrorist threat unto even just Israel's Defense Forces IDF alone, okay? Meaning as of Wednesday, August 12th, 2026 and onward. So, this is why Israel wants for Hamas to lay down its weapons, because I'm sensing now that as long as Hamas has its weapons, then Israel is going to keep on seeing Hamas as being a terrorist threat towards Israel's Defense Forces IDF. And I believe that this might also be something very, very similar that even Iran, Houthi, and Lebanon may need to now consider doing henceforth as well to help Israel to do the same today, lest you all don't really want peace with someone. Philippians chapter 4 verse 8, 1 Corinthians chapter 14 verse 40, and 1 Corinthians chapter 15 verse 33. But however, the Quran and Hadith or Hadiths might be some things written that I'm sensing some Muslims may still be looking at today. But there are certain things within the Quran that Muslims seriously needs to focus on doing today in order to help Israel not see Iran, Houthi, and Hamas as being a terrorist threat towards Israel today henceforth. And I've already shared within two particular video uploads some things written in the Quran that Muslims really, really need to focus on doing to help them behave decently, not even to just appear as being indecently today. And those links are in the description box beneath this video on YouTube. And now, more further quote from source. Israeli Army radio said the 2-week timeline to destroy the house was an something that never before had happened. Record time. Israel routinely destroys family homes of Palestinians it accuses of being involved in attacks, seeing the policy as a interference. But onlookers, judges, evaluators say it amounts to collective punishment that leaves innocent family members homeless. Palestinians say the villagers in Tel came under attack from settlers. On July 24th, 2026, footage showed Ramadan suddenly taking hold of an Israeli's weapon during a strong disagreement or hostile face-to-face encounter with settlers, leading an emergency response team from a nearby settlement to rush to the scene. Within what had resulted happening was gunfire. A military investigation last week, meaning prior to Tuesday, August 11, 2026, said that the soldier was killed by Palestinian fire, but could not put an end to debate or question, especially by reason of irrefutability. They could not refute if everything that was going on was clearly perceived enough for them to justly, decently determine whether the settler was killed by Palestinian or friendly fire. Ramadan was killed in the exchange of gunfire, but it was unclear who by.
Yes, indeed. You all look so much the same to me today. How you all gonna be doing anti-Semitism with hating Israel so much, always talking about what Israel is doing so much, when all of you, and I mean all of you around this whole entire blasted, conniving 2026 world today, got your own issues, even amongst Muslims, to where even your own peoples are not listening to law enforcement anymore. But people online wants to still talk so bad about USA, ICE, and law enforcement today. Can't you all see today? Can't you all see today? We all got a people problem. It's not just only Israel that is having to send in their law enforcement only to help try to stop the bad behaviors of people, especially bad and or threatening peoples within their own permitted areas and border today. Now, of course, Israel being in southern Lebanon is another kind of situation for today that is also another people problem today. But we're only talking about basically around the West Bank, permitted areas of Israel right now, or even the mountaintops, okay? So let's all stay focused henceforth, shall we?
Philippians chapter 4 verse 8 and Colossians chapter 4 verse 2. And now, more further quote from source. Israel has occupied the West Bank since 1967. But in recent years, the number of settlers in the Palestinian territory, which are illegal under international law, has increased. And it seems to be the area A of the West Bank, which covers about 18% of the West Bank and includes major Palestinian cities like Ramallah, Nablus, and Bethlehem that Israelis are restricted from entering. Restricted from entering.
And now I'm noticing something else here now. Does either the Palestinians or the Palestinian Authority, PA, have a problem today with more and more Israelis coming to live or stay for however long within the West Bank in such a way today, meaning as of Wednesday, August 12th, 2026 and onward, to where they do not want for any of the Israelis to live with any Palestinian Christians today? And if so, then why the hell not? And why did I just say why the hell not like that? Because Israel allows for many different religions and people to live within Israel's borders today. So why can't the West Bank ones do the same as how Israel has been doing today within Israel's borders, meaning as of Wednesday, August 12th, 2026, and onward, and onward, and onward? If so, then this is just sad as hell to me today. Because if the West Bank of the area B and C is becoming crowded more and more now than before, I mean, if the population is growing more within areas B and C today, then you mean to tell me that the Palestinians can't peaceably live with Israelis at all? Hebrews, the Hebrews.
Hebrews chapter 12, verse 14, and Romans chapter 12, verse 18.
Unless you all have your own area to be in today. You got to have your own area to be in today to live in peace. Palestinian Christians, you supposed to be Christians. Oh, do the Palestinians supposed to be Christians, have a deal with Muslims or something to where it's really the Muslims that don't want to live with any Israelis today? Or what? Well, whether if that's so or not, how stingy, meaning scanty, can you all be today? I'm just marveled at you all right now. You all are just being so damn scanty today. How are you going to allow for the population to grow by being so damn scanty to want to use sources for the AI and robots to use it all today, huh? Oh, I'm going to be quiet in a minute. Stop being so damn scanty about with wanting to use up so much of the sources for the AI and robots to also use it, all you peoples henceforth. Hell, you even got Southern California being so damn suspiciously scanty about something. Yeah, I'm suspecting something today. Because they over there wanted more water than their very own close by them neighbors. I don't think that's right. Let me hush up now. Let me hush up.
Exodus chapter 20, verse 13 through 17, James chapter 2, and Philippians chapter 4, verse 8. And now, more further quote from source. Excluding East Jerusalem, more than 500,000 Israelis live in settlements. There are 500,000 Israelis living in the West Bank, home to around 3 million Palestinians. According to an AFP score record based on data from the Palestinian Health Ministry, Israeli soldiers or settlers have killed at least 1,097 Palestinians, including both combative folks and Palestinian citizens, since the start of the Gaza war. Israeli figures over the same period show that at least 48 Israelis, including Israeli citizens and security personnel have been killed in the West Bank in Palestinian attacks or during Israeli military operations.
Yes, I certainly see a difference. I certainly see a difference in numbers. But the bigger picture that I see here today is that there's an issue going around the world today of people that do not want to listen to law enforcement, and even the Palestinian supposed to be Christians ought to know better, lest some of them are also liberal Christians over there within the West Bank today too. Ain't no such thing as a liberal Christian. Well, whatever kind of Christians, that's what they still want to call us today, right? Modern day Turkey, Acts, the book of Acts. Y'all know how to act, don't you?
Acts chapter 11, verse 26.
They still want to call us Christians today, right? Well, whatever kind of Christians that the Palestinian Christians are today, I think that you all need to do a quick Bible study to focus on these following verses today. Okay?
Titus chapter 3, verse 1 through 3, and 1 Timothy chapter 2, verse 1 through 4.
Okay, Palestinian Christians, liberal Christians, agnostic Christians, and some other Christians out there nowadays. Do you all understand me today? Meaning as of Wednesday, August 12th, 2026, and onward wheresoever that you are, and regardless of what you are doing right now, today, regardless what you think you're doing right now. Okay? Okay? And if anybody got a problem with me telling some wheresoever other supposed to be called Christians today to study
Acts chapter 11, verse 26, and 2 Timothy chapter 2, verse 15.
well, you all just hate on me then, as how Miss Jill Scott would say.
John chapter 15, verse 18.
Yeah, just hate on me then. Go on, do it. You ain't doing a thing.
If I could give you the world on a silver platter, would it even matter? You'll still be mad at me. If I can find in all this a dozen roses, which I would give to you, you'll still be miserable. In reality, I'm gonna be who I be, and I don't feel no faults for all the lies that you bought. You can try as you may, bring me down, but I say that it ain't up to you. Gonna do what you do. Hate on me, hater, now or later, 'cause I'm gonna do me. You be made, baby. Go ahead and hate on me, hater. I'm not afraid of what I got, I paid for.
Yes, indeed.
What I got, I labored for. You can hate on me.
Yes, indeed. Yeah.
John chapter 15, verse 18. Later. Many people being affected, yeah. Many people being affected, yeah. Attacks are destroying their churches, yeah. Attacks are destroying their cities, yeah. The people can't live in peace no more. Can't they all see what they're doing now? Can't they all see what they're doing now? Do you want for your country to become this now? Do you want for your country to become this now? Well, you all better use straighten up now. Behave, conduct yourselves well right now. Many people being affected, yeah. Many people being affected, yeah. Attacks for destroying their churches, yeah. Attacks for destroying their cities, yeah. The people can't live in peace no more. Can't they all see what they're doing now? Can't they all see what they're doing now? Do you want for your country to become this now? Do you want for your country to become this now? Brave all better you straighten up now. Behave, conduct yourselves well right now. Many people being affected, yeah. Many people being affected, yeah. Attacks for destroying their churches, yeah. Attacks for destroying their cities, yeah. The people can't live in peace no more. Can't they all see what they're doing now? Can't they all see what they're doing now? Do you want for your country to become this now? Do you want for your country to become this now? Real, you all better use straighten up now. Behave, conduct yourselves well right now.
Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go.